Hello, bright sparks. Today is an important day. Do you know why? As you must have already seen the banner in your Google Classroom, you must have got a hint. It is Founders Day, probably the most important day for Children's Academy. Do you know why do we celebrate Founders Day? Well, it is our founder, Sir V.V. Bhatt's birthday. Shri V.V. Bhatt, lovingly and respectably called Bhatt Sir, was born in 1930 in a small village near Udupi in Mangalore, Karnataka. The Bhatts were a respectable family of educationists known in those parts for the school, the Kadiyali Higher Primary School and Gundibel School, the latter of which was literally built by the family with their own hands. Bhatt Sir went on to complete his graduation and post-graduation at the prestigious University of Mysore, and then came the time when he had to chart a career path for himself. Bhatt Sir began his association with his own alma mater, the Kadiyali Higher Primary School, and soon earned the post of headmaster of Kadiyali Higher Primary School. With his brilliant credentials, it did not take long for Bhatt Sir to get to a teaching position in Bombay, which was at that time a nascent city. This was a bigger city nonetheless, and he had to start his career all over again. It was in 1970 that Bhatt Sir saw his dream taking shape. In this year, he managed to rent out 5 shops in a residential building named Ishwar Bhavan in Malad, which was at that time a suburb in Mumbai. This first avatar of the academy was quite a modest establishment. Children's Academy took birth in these humble premises in the suburbs of Malad. It did not take long for Children's Academy to grow in a number of students as well. There was a trickle of students in the first few years that soon grew to a significant number, with an increasing number of parents wanting to send their ward to the academy with each passing year. In April 1979, Bhatt Sir purchased a plot of land in Bachani Nagar in Malad, where he hoped to soon begin the construction of the new school building. He envisioned this building to be a concrete structure that would be eventually equipped with the state-of-art amenities for students to have a holistic education in. However, this journey didn't promise to be easy. Though he had the land, there were various clearances that were required by the state government. He faced a lot of hurdles in getting these clearances. Notwithstanding the fact that this was severely a debilitating impediment, Bhatt Sir and his team did not allow it to stop them. He spent nights rectifying the situation and then left no stone unturned to approach the authorities and do everything that needed to be done. After receiving the requisite permissions from municipality authorities, Bhatt Sir started work on the construction of the school building. Since there was no place to house the growing students any longer, Bhatt Sir decided to build the school structure in such a way that students could move into the finished classrooms even as the construction work was in progress on the upper floors. By 1987, students were partially moved into the new swanky classrooms of Children's Academy Malad. It was a moment of exhilaration for each and every person who had attached themselves with Bhatt Sir's dream for all those years. Meanwhile, as Children's Academy became a household name, there was a growing demand from the parents of nearby suburbs as well. Parents from the adjacent suburb of Kandili used to send their children even to the modest Malad structure. Bhatt Sir saw this as an opportunity to grow education, and this gave birth to the idea of having a branch of Children's Academy in Kandivali itself. He started working steadily in this direction, and in the year 1988, he bought a piece of land in Ashoknagar, Kandivali East, where he planned to house the Kandivali branch. The demand continued to grow at Kandivali. In just a few years, the school at Ashoknagar was not enough to cope with the ever-increasing numbers of enquiries for admissions. Hence, Bhatt family decided to acquire new property in the growing locality of Thakur Complex. Thus, Children's Academy Thakur Complex began its operations in 2001. To celebrate this visionary and to celebrate education, which was propelled by our beloved Bhatt sir, today, in his memories, we celebrate Founders Day. So I wish you a happy Founders Day. Thank you.